Hey, I just wanted to do my first official YouTube channel update. Today I'm just going to start by reading some of my last daily study from the book of Joshua and then some in the next chapter. Um, and then who knows where we go from here, but I just thought I'd kick one of these off for fun. So, in the book of Joshua, Joshua 3:16-17, the people crossed the Jordan on dry ground. That the waters which came down from above stood and rose up upon a heap very far from the city Adam, that is beside Zaratan, and those who came down toward the sea of the plain, even the salt sea, failed and were cut off. And the people passed over right against Jericho. And the priests that bare the ark of the covenant of the Lord stood firm on dry ground in the midst of the Jordan. And all the Israelites passed over on dry ground until all the people were passed clean over Jordan. Joshua 3:16-17, King James Version. In his miraculous way, God stopped the flow of the Jordan River. It has been debated by biblical scholars and those who try to explain and negate faith that the Lord may have used a natural occurrence such as an earthquake to stop the river's flow. But there is little denying that the timing of it was at the hand of God. Even with the flow of the river stopped, it was miraculous people could cross over on dry ground in the midst of the Jordan. God miraculously dried the riverbed so they didn't slog through the marshy mud. This miracle obviously connects with the miracle the nation knew some 40 years earlier, the passing through the Red Sea. God brought them out of Egypt's bondage with a miracle, and he brought them into the promised land with another miracle. How did it happen? What was the key to this amazing miracle? Notice the centrality of the Ark of the Covenant of the Lord. The Ark is referred to 14 times in these 17 verses. This is all about the trust of Joshua, the priest in Israel, had in the God they knew was present with them. To face such impossible challenge in our lives, we must look unto Jesus, who is our Joshua. He always leads us. Jesus is the fulfillment of the Ark, which is what we see in the book of Matthew. Behold, a virgin shall be with child, and shall bring forth a son, and they shall call his name Emmanuel, which means, interpreted, is God with us. Matthew 1:23, King James Version. Jesus had cleared the way to victory over all things, as we read in the book of Colossians. And having spoiled principalities and power, he made a show of them openly, triumphant over them in it, which is Colossians 2:15, King James Version. Christian brothers and sisters, if we keep our eyes on and follow behind our victorious Jesus, the river of impossibility dries up. If you're unsaved, who wonders if they haven't tried it and been disappointed? If you are among the unsaved who wonder if they haven't tried that and been disappointed, we must ask them, have you really tried it? Have you truly walked according to God's word, trusting in Jesus, and been disappointed? Perhaps your disappointment is actually in your flesh. Christian brothers and sisters, I ask you to think about your disappointments since you've been saved. Did God fail to lead you, or did you fail to follow him? God bless. Now I'm going to read a bit out of the next chapter I'm going to start studying, Joshua 4. This out of the King James Version. And it came to pass that all the people were clean passed over Jordan, and the Lord spake unto Joshua, saying, Take you 12 men out of the people, out of every tribe of man, and command ye them, saying, Take ye hence out of the midst of Jordan, out of the place where the priest's feet stood firm, 12 stones, and ye shall carry them over with you, and leave them in the lodging place, where ye shall lodge this night. Then Joshua called the 12 men whom he had prepared of the children of Israel, out of each tribe a man. And Joshua said unto them, Pass over before the ark of the Lord your God into the midst of Jordan. Take you up every man of you a stone upon his shoulder, according unto the number of tribes of the children of Israel, that they may be a sign among you, that when your children ask their fathers in time to come, saying, What meant ye by these stones? Then ye shall answer them, that the waters of Jordan were cut off before the ark of the covenant of the Lord. And when it passed over Jordan, the waters of Jordan were cut off, and these stones shall be a memorial unto thee, children of Israel, forever. And the children of Israel did so as Joshua commanded them down there. And Joshua set up 12 stones in the midst of Jordan, in the place where the feet of the priests had touched, which bare the ark of the covenant stood. And they are there unto this day. For the priests which bare the ark stood in the midst of Jordan until everything was finished that the Lord commanded Joshua to speak unto the people, according to all that Moses commanded Joshua, and the people hasted and passed over. And it came to pass, when all the people were clean passed over, the ark of the Lord passed over, and the priests in the presence of the people. And the children of Reuben and the children of Gad and half the tribe of Manasseh passed over armed before the children of Israel, as Moses spake unto them. About 40,000 prepared for war passed over before the Lord unto battle to the plains of Jericho. On that day the Lord magnified Joshua in the sight of all Israel, and they feared him as they feared Moses all the days of his life. And the Lord spake unto Joshua, saying, Command the priests that bear the ark of testimony, that they come up out of the Jordan. Joshua therefore commanded the priests, saying, Come ye up out of Jordan. And it came to pass, when the priests that bare the ark of the covenant of the Lord were come up out of the midst of the Jordan, and the soles of the priests' feet were lifted up unto the dry land, that the banks of Jordan returned unto their place, and flowed upon all its banks, as they did before. And the people came up out of Jordan on the 10th day of the first month, and camped at Gilgal in the east border of Jericho. And these 12 stones, which they took out of Jordan, did Joshua pitch in Gilgal. And he spake unto the children of Israel, saying, When your children shall ask their fathers in time to come, saying, What mean these stones? Then ye shall let your children know, saying, Israel came over this Jordan on dry land. For the Lord your God dried up the waters of Jordan from before you, until you were passed over, as the Lord your God did to the Red Sea, which he dried up before us until we were gone over, that all the people of the earth might know the hand of the Lord, that is mighty, that ye might fear the Lord your God forever. The word of the Lord. Thank you so very much for listening. Stay tuned. I'll do this again very soon. Good night and God bless.